Well, thanks for staying with us on the program this morning as we begin our next half of conversations as we narrow our spotlight to the political scenes with the recent maneuverings and the antics of the opposition leaders having unveiled the African Democratic Congress as the coalition platform. There have been now replies from the presidency, prominently through the Minister of Information, Alhaji Mohammed Idris, who has said that the current government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu would not be distracted by the coalition moves, but would rather focus on delivering the renewed hope agenda to Nigerians. Now, joining us virtually to discuss this developments amongst other political stories is a university don from the University of Abuja. We're joined by Professor Sharif Ghali Ibrahim, Head of Department Political Science, University of Abuja. Good morning to you, Prof, and welcome to the program. Hello, Prof. Can you hear us? Well, it may seem as though Prof's network is buffering, but we can see you, Prof. Check that you're not muted at your own end. Whilst Prof is trying to get that sorted out, one of the most prominent stories out of the coalition is that the interim national chairman of the ADC, a two-term Senate president, Senator David Mark, has made bold declarations this morning and also issued a statement of refrain to any opposition leaders nursing an ambition to be the party's flag bearer. He has, one, cautioned them on making public utterances indicating their interest to run. Two, he has also said that he would ensure transparency as party chairman in the choice of a flag bearer. I don't know if these promises are anything to go by, but I'd like to get Prof's thoughts in regards to Senator David Mark's statements. Hello, Prof. Is your network much better? Can you hear me now? Well, whilst Prof's connection is getting sorted out, it's on the premise of the statements by Senator David Mark in line with the most vocal aspirant. Now, off the back of the 2023 general elections, Mr. Peter Obi was the Labour Party's presidential candidate. And he's been the most recent opposition coalition leader under the ADC's platform to make bold declarations about his intention to run. He was speaking sometime about a fortnight ago on the X space, where he said that should he be given the flag bearer's ticket, he would, one, not mind running for just a single term of 4 years, should he emerge president. He also went on to say that a period of 4 years is more than sufficient time for any Nigerian president to begin to make positive impacts. Thirdly, he has also said that his agenda in running would be known as the national rebirth, that he decides and is intentional about rebirthing our nation Nigeria, bringing us out of our current strife as a people and repositioning us amongst the position of global nations. Now, Mr. Peter Obi's bold declarations might be the reasons why Senator David Mark, the ADC interim national chairman, has issued these new directives. I'm just speculating, I don't know for a fact. But what I can tell you for a fact is that he's not the only person who probably is nursing the flag bearer ambition. It is no news that the former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who has also been known as a serial contender, might be also eyeing that position, although he hasn't made any public statements, unlike Mr. Peter Obi. Debates are that he might also be vying for a presidential ambition. Now, how does the ADC manage these ambitions, notably by Mr. Peter Obi and by Alhaji Atiku Abubakar? Now, the party, beyond the position of national chairman and national secretary, have not made known any of the other key figures going into 2027. But they have an opportunity to test the waters in 2026. The Osun State governorship poll will provide one of the most visible positions in that regard. And noting that that is hometown to Aregbesola, who is the party's national secretary. Many are looking at who the ADC's candidate in that election would be. And can His Excellency Aregbesola influence a political shift in Osun State? That will be the first major test for the ADC ahead of 2027. Now, beyond the presidency, Most states in the country currently are either under the All Progressive Congress or the PDP in terms of the governorship candidates. And whilst most PDP governors have defected to the APC, conversations are that the ADC strategy ahead of 2027 might begin to plug stronghold states in other states whilst targeting the presidency. All this is speculations. Let's get over to the academic don whose forte is political science to tell us if this changes the thesis in political science going forward. Now, Professor, welcome back. I'm hoping your network would make for a better conversation this morning. Can you hear me? Well, I can see your image on the screen. I'm waiting to get feedback from you. But if you can hear me, I would like to pose my first question to you. And it's in line with the ADC Interim National Chairman's position that no ADC opposition leader is allowed henceforth to make public their ambitions to run or even go as far as unveiling any campaign mantra. What do you make of this, Prof?
I couldn't get your question, please.
Prof, I'll take my question again. It's on the ADC Interim National Chairman's instruction to all opposition leaders under the coalition platform to refrain from making public their intentions to vie for the flag-bearer position. What do you make of this instruction from Senator David Mark?
This is an attempt to strategically position the party, not to actually reveal the direction the party is actually moving, which is more strategically, because it is a political game that you don't reveal your next step, to your opponent, so that your opponent, to deter them by not knowing your position and your movement, not to easily get you attacked. So I believe it is a political calculation. It is also a political strategy made by the leader of that particular political party, which I believe war, as it is usually said, it is mostly built on strategic calculations. So that is a strategy made by the political party, not to actually make other political parties know that this is the person who is actually fronting for this political party. And for the other opposition parties, not to understand the direction of where the party is actually moving. So for me, in my opinion, it is a kind of political move in order to surprise the ruling party, to surprise the opposition parties as well as Nigerians as what constitutes who the party is going to produce as the flag bearer, and how they intend to do that, because you allow all other political parties to make their moves. And when you make your final moves, you must have already computed who should actually withstand all candidates presented by other political parties in terms of credibility, in terms of charisma, in terms of popularity, in terms of experience, as well as in terms of the ability to deliver. So I believe the party wishes to see all other political parties present their candidates, and probably again, they are not yet ready. They have not yet reached into consensus as who should represent the party. So therefore, I believe that it has been calculated, it's been strategized, and it is also a strategy in the making in order to actually achieve victory for the political party. So I believe there is nothing short of that.
Now, Prof, you have quite brilliantly highlighted a number of characteristics that the potential flag bearer of the ADC coalition should have: popularity, a track record of performance. But this has also been one of the APC's fault-finding statements, particularly by the FCT minister, who went on a rant about the fact that even the national chairman of the ADC might be lacking some of those credentials you just reeled out, stating that whilst he was a two-term Senate president, he failed to deliver any transformative projects in his home locality of Otukpo. I don't know if you listened to the FCT minister and care to react to this fault-finding statements he has said in terms of the credibility of the opposition coalition.
Sometimes it's not actually the quality of the party leadership. Sometimes it is not even the quality of the political party. Nigerians are beginning to also count on the candidate presented before them. And that is why Nigerians should understand that some Nigerians do not even know who the party leader is, but they vote for a political party. Sometimes they don't even care what the party is, what the emblem of the party is. What they care is about the candidate. It's when they go to the polling unit, usually they tell them, vote the party with so-so emblem or with so-so logo. So Nigerians, in terms of political socialization and political culture, they transcend the boundaries of looking at the party chairman. So if the FCT minister will argue that the Senate president, who was there not really once, and he has not been able to deliver to his hometown, that is left for him. What the party wants is, that is what we call political incrementalism. Political incrementalism in the sense that David Mark might have acquired more experiences, more.
Well, I'm very sure Prof will join us shortly, but then again, yes.
By surprise. So therefore, you don't underestimate the power, the talent, as well as the scheme of once a politician who is trying to return, because he's going to combine his experiences, the past and present experiences, as well as being the head of that political party. There are others with the party from whom he will have to take directives, directions, even command and suggestions. So being the party chairman, it doesn't mean that he decides everything on the political party, but rather he is just a leading symbol.
Well, we apologize for the quality of network this morning. That
advise and suggest on what will actually happen. So this is the reality.
Now, Prof, talking about the need to resign membership from your old political party before joining the coalition, I don't know what the science behind that usually is. I know party constitutions differ, but it's become a big talking point. Some of the opposition coalition leaders are saying that they do not need to resign their membership from old parties, that they would implore what the FCT minister is practicing in terms of being a PDP member and being in romance with the APC as their strategy ahead of 2027. Does this change the political science and party constitutions in terms of how to constitute coalitions vis-a-vis holding old party memberships?
Political party has the prerogative to actually establish a kind of guiding principles, rules and regulations for the party, so long such rules and regulations and guiding principles do not aberrate the veritable provision of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And secondly, I believe that the party is right. You cannot be two parties carrying card member, because you cannot be a member of two political parties, simultaneously. So if they should actually take this particular principle, that if you are a member of a political party, you have to resign your membership before you are actually admitted into this political party, I believe it is the right decision, because we have proxy political parties some party members are not there wholeheartedly to advance the agenda of the party and to form a government within that particular party, but rather they emerge as political spoilers. Political spoilers in the sense that they come to disintegrate the political party. They come to actually create chaos in the new political party. So I think this political party is being so cautious, is being so calculative, and is being so wise to be asking members of other political parties to resign in their positions and membership of those political parties in order to join the new political party. I believe it's a matter of principle, it's a matter of rules and regulations, and that does not really make a shift within the framework of political science, discipline. So what I see here is that Wike, being a member of the PDP and serving in the APC government, up to now he's not a member of the APC. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu once said he wished that Wike will soon join APC as a member of the APC. And in this kind of political cooperation, it doesn't mean that if one is not a member of the ruling party cannot work with him. Because Wike has not openly decamped and he has not registered as a card-carrying member in APC. So that doesn't mean that Wike is a member of two political parties, which I believe if today, with immediate effect, Wike wishes to decamp and join the ruling party and even vie for a particular position, the APC will actually joyfully welcome him, accept him, and appreciate his actually decamping as well as joining the APC. But I don't believe in two-party membership in Nigeria. You are a member. Of ruling political party, and you are also.
Now, Prof, narrowing it down to the Labour Party, much like you've brilliantly said, it's not tenable to be a member of two political parties simultaneously. The Labour Party has become the first party who has a key figure under the new coalition to be in disagreement over the party's position on this issue, using Mr. Peter Obi, who was the party's presidential candidate, as a case study. The Senator Nanadi Usman camp is at disagreement with the Barrister Julius Abure faction over a planned expulsion of what constitutes anti-party activity following Mr. Peter Obi's involvement in the coalition. What do you make of this perceived disagreements between the two camps on where to go as it concerns Mr. Peter Obi's party membership?
Peter Obi, if he has made up his mind to be with the coalition party, then definitely he has to leave his former party, which is the Labour Party. So I agree with members of the Labour Party. If Peter Obi should be a flag bearer of the new party or new coalition party, then why still holding the other political party's card? So I believe it's, politically naive, politically, let me say, inept to actually pursue an agenda with two political parties. So there has to be transparency, there has to be accountability. You cannot actually, emerge victorious within the framework of national politics with two-face. So therefore, Peter Obi need to leave one political party and uphold the other in order for him and for Nigerians to know clearly where does he belong to. So it will rather be deceptive to allow yourself to continue to be within two political parties. So in my opinion, I believe that two political parties cannot deliver victory, but rather one political party which has the majority, which has the most acceptable and accepted personalities. So therefore, Peter Obi should actually accept one party, run under the platform of one political party, not to actually allow himself to be within his hitherto political party and now joining a new party without resigning and leaving the other political party. I think this is ideal. This will be more rational and this will be more acceptable, not only to members of the coalition party, but even to Nigerians, because it is a new norm. It is a kind of an imagined norm with politicians, but I believe it's not acceptable, and it will not be accepted even by the Constitution, because the Constitution allows for party registration, for political parties to actually register political candidates, and you also contest for an election under the platform of a political party. So your poster, your picture cannot be advanced on two posters. It cannot be advanced on the posters or ballot cards of two political parties. So if that is not actually attainable, it means it is unconstitutional for a politician to be or to contest within the platform of two political parties. I think that is rather irrational, and it cannot be accepted.
Now, Prof, the other conversation is the trade of words between the presidency and the opposition leaders. The opposition leaders are of the opinion that the presidency feels threatened by their strengths in experience, while the presidency, through some of the media aides and ministers within government, have said that the presidency cannot be bothered about the antics of the opposition ahead of 2027, and that they remained focused on delivering the dividends of democracy to Nigerians. What's your position on the current state of the nation in regards to this claim by both parties?
You see, in our last program, I was so optimistic, and I made it clear that there was no opposition as of that particular time. And that was prior to the formation of the coalition, which I told you that there was no coalition, there was no opposition so drastic and formidable to be able to challenge the ruling party. But now the coalition is emerging, and we are seeing the character and the crop of people that are actually emanating from the coalition. And when you hear a ruling party beginning to complain, then definitely such an opposition poses a threat to the survivor as well as victory of the ruling party. Now the ruling party has a great threat, to itself, which has been posed by the coalition party, and that is what makes democracy healthier, and that is what makes democracy exciting. Why? Because the opposition will serve as an instrument of delivery, service delivery to the people. If previously the ruling party was actually procrastinating or even delaying in the delivery, but I believe that the ruling party has been trying its best, to deliver. So, but this will actually make the ruling party to spread more tentacles, to also expedite action in making sure that Nigerians get what they want democratically. Otherwise, there is an alternative. And this alternative, the second option to APC, which is the ruling party, is the coalition force, which it comes vehemently to actually define and redefine their manifesto as well as their election promises, even though Nigerians no longer accept campaign promises because they have always been thrown into the pedal bin. So Nigerians no longer accept campaign or party promises, but rather this time around, Nigerians will try to weigh, is the ruling party going to be, so productive and make Nigerians happy and make Nigerians great again, if I may borrow from, from President Donald Trump, make Nigeria great again. So I believe Nigerians will continue to be happy and embrace the ruling party. But if the ruling party will make a mistake, at least to abuse the fundamental right of Nigerians, one, to deny Nigerians the dividend of democracy, as well as all other institutions, such as health institutions, educational institutions, transportation, and other sectors of the economy become so moribund, then definitely the opposition party, the coalition party, will continue to pose a great threat to the ruling party. This, without doubt, we believe in that. So when the two of them trade wars, worst of words, then definitely you know that they are producing political warriors, political giants, who already know each other, and they know that each side poses a threat to the other side. So definitely you're going to have a political bungalow, which Nigerians will have the right, will also have the mandate to decide where they belong and where their choice actually lies.
Now, Prof, I want you to be a little bit more direct in terms of the next answers you would give. Having looked at the caliber of the opposition coalition, if you were to prefer a formidable team, for Flagbearer and running mates that would serve as quite the challenge for the APC, who in your best opinion are the team to challenge President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027?
Well, of course, one, in the calculation in our previous program, I made mention of that. If Ahmed Bola Tinubu will have Konkoso to be his running mate, I believe Atiku and Obi cannot win that particular election. Then if Obi and Konkoso will come together, they will definitely shake the APC. Atiku and Peter Obi is also a formidable force that the ruling party should not actually joke with. So Atiku and Obi is also a good combination in terms of political victory. But the issue is that even Atiku and Obi, I don't believe that they will pose a threat. I think it is a strong opposition, but even again, some people are very skeptical of Atiku Abubakar, because they usually say when he was the vice president, what has he produced? What has he done even to the people of Adamawa State? If you leave Abuja to Yola, the road was deplorable, full of potholes. There were no major constructions and constructive, tangible benefit that you could actually point at even in Adamawa State, not to think of the Northeast. So these are some of the issues that Nigerians will actually continue to raise. So, and what Nigerians are after today, they are not after making noise. They are not after, who you are previously, your previous experience. You are president or vice president, or you are a governor. Nigeria. So what we used to see before is not like.
We apologize for those technical glitches and the interruption in the audio and visuals from Prof's end. Whilst that is buffering, we hope that he can be back to answer the next question. Now, Prof, sorry, you were lost for some seconds there. The network interrupted. I don't know if you can pick it up from your last point.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that Nigeria.
Well, quite the challenge there with the connection on our end and his end. It's been quite the back and forth with Network this morning, trying to get the best of his comments as he looks to answer the questions concerning the coalition and permutations ahead of 2027's election. Just to reiterate some of the points Prof made before he was rudely interrupted by the connection, he talked about the possibility of having Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso defect to the APC and become President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's running mate. He says that marriage would be one that would make it impossible for the coalition to win the APC in 2027. Although, if the coalition beats the APC to get in the signature of Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso and his partnership to a certain Mr. Peter Obi in 2027, then it might just shift the number in terms of votes and the emergence of an alternative government. He was also talking about the fact that two persons who had pitched their tents together earlier in the elections that preceded 2023 but failed to clinch the vote of Nigeria was the former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and Mr. Peter Obi, although the formation then saw Mr. Atiku Abubakar as the flag bearer and Mr. Peter Obi as his running mate. It's the debates now if Mr. Peter Obi can in any chance become the flag bearer, whilst former VP Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, do you think he would be willing to once again take a position of a VP going into an election? Prof, you're back now. We're hoping that the network will allow for us to get the best parts of your earlier statements.
Yes, Atiku Abubakar, who was once a vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is having this particular, thinking in his mind that the seat of the vice president is like going back to hitherto position which he has occupied. So severally, Atiku Abubakar has been wanting to emerge as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But in making the calculation, it will have been even better if he pushes Peter Obi, to be the flag bearer. Then probably he stands as the vice president, which I believe it will be very cumbersome for Atiku Abubakar to accept that. And it's not El Rufai, because El Rufai, so many of Kaduna State indigents might not agree for El Rufai to even return. So not to think of the entire northern part of the country or even Nigeria. Even though he's still a politician, he's also a strong force, within the political system. So I believe that if Peter Obi should serve as the flag bearer of that political party, and Atiku Abubakar, his running mate, I believe that will even move the ruling party, more shakable, because the quantum of vote Peter Obi has, not only in the southeast, south-south, even in the southwest, as well as the middle belt. And you have Atiku Abubakar with the northeast, probably coming down to, northwest and north central. So they will be able to actually make a greater force and galvanize colossal votes, from Nigerians. But yet, it is still difficult to depose the ruling party as well as President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Just as I earlier made mention, if the government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu will actually expedite action as well as redouble what the government or his government is doing for Nigerians, then definitely it will be very difficult for any force to actually do away with the ruling party. But if it will have a flinch, to actually have deficit in terms of democratic delivery, then definitely without doubt the coalition party, especially led by Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar, would definitely make a big blow to the ruling party, and it might emerge victorious.
Well, Prof, we must thank you for taking out time to speak to us on these issues. I'm hoping the next time we speak, the coalition might give us an insight into who they decide on as a flag bearer and his running mates. I know 2026 will be time for them to test the waters in Oshun, but till then, we're wishing you the best of the rest of your day, sir.
Thank you.